You know, the name of the conference is SphinnCon. I'll get into what it's about, but basically it's a search marketing and expo event organized by Third Door Media, and I'll get more into what that event is and what it's about. But SMX is a new conference line by Danny Sullivan and Third Door Media from Search Engine Land that basically provides, you know, the SEO events in America and throughout the world, and I'm happy to actually bring a smaller version of that event here called SphinnCon. SphinnCon in nature is more relaxed, so it's not meant to be a very formal event. It's not meant to have a lot of presentations. It's more about everybody networking and talking to each other, so it's a more relaxed event in nature. It's the first time we're ever having any type of event like this, SphinnCon. The next one is going to be, I think, in North Carolina in the United States. But I'm very happy to have brought this to Jerusalem, Israel. Before I get into why we're having SphinnCon and how it came about, I'll talk a little about myself. My name is Barry Schwartz, as you may know. I'm the chair of SphinnCon. I've been writing about search engines for over 5 years now. I started off writing at my own site called the Search Engine Roundtable in, I think, December 2003, or maybe earlier than that. I currently write at Search Engine Land with Danny Sullivan. We started that in December 2006 after we left Search Engine Watch to start our own site around that time, which I've been writing there beforehand before that as the news editor. I also run a small web development company in New York called Rusty Brick. We do web type of stuff, mostly back-end work. But let me tell you a little bit more about SphinnCon and why we decided to have it now. In the next couple of days is my nephew's bar mitzvah. Thank you. I'm a big blogger. All I do is pretty much blog about everything and anything that happens to me. I blog a little too much. My wife is a little bit, she's nervous about what I write sometimes. So I have a little policy, what I do write and what I don't write. But I pretty much blog about everything about my life. And one of the things I blogged about was my nephew's bar mitzvah and how I'm coming to Israel soon. So I got a lot of emails from people in the SEO community here in Israel, and they asked if they could meet up. The only problem is I'm only here for a week, so I decided let's have some type of informal get-together of SEOs and SEMs. So I asked Danny if we could go ahead and, Danny Sullivan, if we could go ahead and set up some type of XMX event in Israel. And he said, sure, we just had to figure out a name. So we came up with, obviously, I want the XMX, but Danny said, since it's going to be less formal, they want to keep the XMX brand for a more formal full-day or two-day conference and go with a SphinnCon event. SphinnCon, as you know, or some of you know, is our social media site. It's basically a community for SEOs and SEMs to go ahead and post the content that they find most valuable in the search community. So we created a social networking site called Spinn. It's spelled SPHINN.com. We couldn't, obviously spin.com wasn't available. So people pronounce it spin, but it's really pronounced spin if anybody wants to know. But that's, you know, what we have right now. I really want to bring a full-fledged XMX event to you guys, and I'm hoping that event will have maybe be a two-day conference. I don't know for sure. We're going to be planning it sooner than later, and we'll keep you posted about that. Also, we hope that, I have a feeling it's going to be in Tel Aviv or near the airport because it's easier for people to get there. In addition, we're going to have a lot more sessions. It's going to be more like an official SEO conference, SEM conference. We're going to have both local and global experts on search engine marketing. And we're going to have, hopefully, exhibitors and a lot of parties that night. And we do have a party tonight in Tel Aviv, which we'll have more information about later. It's sponsored by, I think, Kay and eToro. And hopefully it's going to happen in January 2009. But that is, that's what's happening next year, what's happening today. And we're going to have 3 panels for you. We're going to have an SEO panel, and we're specifically going to talk about paid links and penalties. We're going to have a pay-per-click panel, which talks about how the prices of clicks have been increasing and what you can do to actually, you know, make a higher return on your investment. And we're going to have an SEO social panel, social media panel, viral marketing panel as well. I'm going to briefly talk about each panel, and then we're going to get into the speakers and presenters. So on the first panel is the SEO panel. We're going to talk about paid links and penalties. A little history on that. Matt Cutts of Google. Matt Cutts actually, on September 2005, he wrote a blog post for the first time going on record saying, I don't like text links. I don't like people buying links just to influence the search rankings. And in that post, it was long and a big, huge debate about, you know, how could Google tell me what not to buy and what to buy. And Obviously, I'm sure a lot of you know what's been going on in the space, but in October 2006, at Search Engine Land, we posted an official statement from Google saying anybody who's selling links for the purpose of manipulating PageRank and to boost their rankings will be penalized. That penalty hit people at the end of October. You saw a PageRank drop for a lot of sites, including my own site, Search Engine Roundtable, which was a PageRank 7, went down to a PageRank 4, and it's still at PageRank 4 because I do not slap on a redirect or a no follow on my links. The thing with that is I have not seen a drop in traffic. I actually seen an increase in traffic from Google. And a lot of people are saying the links that are being penalized are not actually the links, it's just a visible thing. What that means is if you look at the Google toolbar, what the Google toolbar is showing is a less of a page rank than what actually Google uses in their algorithms. So there's going to be a whole discussion about that, and we're going to have a big panel. You can ask your questions and we can show you examples of how that's been working. In addition, on this panel, speaking on the panel, we'll have one presentation by Bronco of Tense Technology, and he will be speaking. And after his presentation, we're going to have question and answer. You can ask any of us any question you want. On the panel are some of the brightest minds in SEO, including Ophir Cohen from CompuCall, Sam Michelson of 5Blocks, and Gilad Sasson of Nakuda. So these guys have been in the industry for almost forever, pretty much. They know a ton about SEO, and if you have any questions at all, that's the time to ask. And hopefully we can answer. I'm sure you guys are, I hear you guys are pretty well versed already, so maybe we can help. And it's just good to have a conversation in general. Maybe we come up with something new. So that's the SEO panel, and after that we're going to have a pay-per-click panel and talk about how click prices have been going up. This little chart is from the double-click performance report, which was released in 2007. It basically shows that click prices have been increasing. The numbers exactly, what the metrics say, let me just show you, pull this up. Yeah, so the numbers, the cost per keyword over the past 15 months has increased 28%. The cost per click over the past 15 months has increased 55%, according to the study. Why is that happening? Why exactly is that happening? That's the question, and there's a lot of reasons for it. One reason might be click fraud. Just last week, the Click Fraud Network, which is a team of people that actually does studies and figures out what the click fraud index is and what people are reporting as click fraud, they came out with a study that said that the click fraud actually increased from 2006 to 2007 by 15% from last year. It's a huge increase. If you look at these charts over here, the one on the top left, it shows in the Q3 of 2007, click fraud for all the tiers, first tier, Google, second tier, third tier, was at 16%. And if you look at the right chart, shows that the click fraud in the content network is much higher. The map on the bottom shows where that click fraud is originating from. Again, this study is not backed by anybody at Google and not backed by anybody at Yahoo. It's an independent study where people, even myself, I don't know exactly where this origin is from. It's hard to know exactly who they're polling, so this is just one of many studies, and Google totally says this is not legit. So maybe you can ask the people on that panel what they think about this, and obviously we have a Google representative here who might be able to tell us something about it.
That's anti-Semitism.
There's other reasons why click fraud, actually click prices have been increasing. There's more competition. Everybody's getting into the space. There's new people who are coming into the space and they have no idea what they're doing sometimes. They're bidding ridiculous amounts for a keyword, which inflates the prices up for everybody else. Obviously, just